morning, good afternoon, good evening, Fabulites. This is Angela, and I have got questions for you. What opens with relative tranquility? We see the people, the family, Mariah giving a mama tea. And what closes with all mess and confusion and hello breaking out. And Mariah being held back, and they talking about get her something. What did they say? Mariah yelling and being held back. If you guessed Married to Medicine on Bravo, season 5, episode 8, entitled Fly Girls and Low Riders, you are correct. Thank you so much for clicking on the video and sticking around to see how we get from opening to closing. I am Angela, and the channel is Be Fabulous You. Let us proceed. This is my first time being outside. Well, you know, I haven't been walking and stuff like that. I've been outside, but it's been like 12 years because there's been like a cold spell in the city, and the temperatures have been just so cold, like -2 and -4, and with the wind chill -8, and it's just mind-boggling. We don't even know how to process that. But the video vixen is here. She's I guess holding me up with her booty, or showing y'all her booty, you know, to help us get extra views. But let's go. We got Dr. Jackie with a patient. We see Toya fussing at her hubby for sleeping in the basement. What's with this? What you coming in the basement? It was early. It was 6 in the morning. It was 4 in the morning. I didn't want to disturb anybody. You can't be living in the basement now. We see Dr. Contessa with her children. We see Dr. Simone with her patients. One is a regular patient, and this lady has brought in her 21-year-old daughter, Henrietta, who has never seen a gyno before. And she's concerned. She's concerned about pain. The patient is a little person, and she wonders about, you know, what to expect in terms of if she finds someone, and are her children gonna be little? But anyway, we see Mariah and Lucy at home eating lemonade and dessert. I'm like, oh no, sugar on sugar. No, eat an apple. They are chatting, and they talk about Nanny Renee. Then we see Quad with Doc Heavenly at a spot that Quad says that she and Toya frequently. And they're talking about Mariah's brunch and Toya's award. Then we have this part where they kind of go back and forth from one, you know, group of people to the other people. So Mariah is like, well, what did you think about the awards? And then we see Quad and Quad and Doc Heavenly agreeing that Mariah took a shot at Doc Heavenly. And then we see Lucy saying, you know, Mama Lucy saying, well, I don't know what to think about Heavenly's apology. And then Mariah is like, well, what did you say to her? Did it feel sincere? And Lucy is like, well, it felt somewhere between heaven and hell. And Mariah is like, purgatory. And then we see Doc Heavenly, and she says, you know, she don't want a clean slate. Mariah is taking shots, but I know how to play too. Let the games begin. And then we see Doc Contessa and Nanny Renee, and they're debriefing about Mariah's party. And Dr. Contessa is like, well, what do you remember? Do you remember anything? And Renee is like, I remember everything, and I felt uncomfortable. It was too bougie, 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 bougie. That's her keyword. And then we see Contessa, and she says, you know, she wants the ladies to feel comfortable with her. It was a first impression. You can't undo a first impression, but let's try to do a do-over. I want to do a 90s party. And then, you know, her party planner arrives. Her name is Key. Nope, not Kiki, just Key. And just Miss Key, the party planner, is unambiguously black with natural hair. I don't know if we really got to see her magic because Nanny Renee was just advocating for something, so we don't know. Y'all, there's a dog walking down the street. I don't know if Miss Bella is gonna see him, but she's probably gonna have some commentary. So don't be surprised if she makes a comment. And then we see Nanny Renee and Doc Contessa. They basically have an issue. Yeah. Yeah, they have to go for a walk. That dog is too big to do what you do. And then we see Nanny Renee, and she is kind of like, it seemed like if Dr. Contessa says red, Nanny Renee says yellow. She is too bougie. It's too bougie. It's too bougie. It make people feel uncomfortable, like how I felt uncomfortable. And the party planning basically ends on Nanny Renee's terms. No bouginess is, I guess, the consensus, or, I guess she made the decision. And we see Curtis pulling up at Dr. Jackie's in his fancy car. What kind of car was that? And then they sit in the living room. Dr. Jackie is sitting on the couch. Mr. Curtis is sitting on a chair. He compliments her hair. He asks her if she's locking the doors at night. And then Jackie, she doesn't say it explicitly, but she's like, look, I got your text messages and your gifts. I read your text messages. And the stuff you sending, it don't fix the problem. I don't want to sit here and chit-chat about am I locking the door or not. I'm a grown butt woman. She don't really say it like that, but that's what I'm thinking she's probably thinking. And then Curtis is like, I know it doesn't fix the problem. I know sending you stuff doesn't fix the problem, but I wanted you to know I was thinking about you, and I do want to fix this problem. And Dr. Jackie is like, well, how do you fix humiliation? Which has been, we've been seeing this clip run all. We knew it was coming, and it came right now. How do you fix humiliation? Humiliation. And then she's like, I've been reviewing my life, thinking about like low points in my life, my daddy's death, my 2 cancer diagnosis, learning that I was infertile, and this tops all the hard times. And Curtis is like, I take full responsibility. And Dr. Jackie is like, okay, well, I'm gonna think about if we can get back together or not, but let's just stop it right here. I'm not ready to be going out in public and facing the world. And then Curtis leaves. So then we see some men again. So they doing a heavy man thing on this show. I guess because they having marital issues, so they got to bring the men in too. So we're at Cecil's and Doc Simone's. I guess this is the South House, and we in Cecil's boom boom room. And he said he liked the room because Doc Simone don't come down there. And Dr. Gregory is there with another guy. And Dr. G is like, the practice is going well and I'm hiring folks. And Cecil is like, okay, well, I got a business somebody came to me with. It's like an app, it's called Kids Force, and I was so excited that I just put money out of the account to invest in it without discussing it with Simone. So basically it's like a thing like, I need the snow shoveled, it's got to be shoveled by 10, and I'll pay somebody $20, and then a kid or whoever, I guess, could say I'm going to come do the job, and then that's the app. And then we see, but the point, what's really important is that he hasn't discussed it with Simone. He just took the money out. So I guess this is another thing, these people spending money without talking to each other about it. And it's kind of like that sense of urgency, like I got to spend the money right now. I can't, I got to invest in this deal right now. I'm so excited. Like, are we 12 or are we grown? Because it seemed like you would be like, okay, this sounds good. Let me talk to my wife about it. Let me, you got to, but anyway. We see Quad and Emily, and this is Quad's good girlfriend. She's a white woman. I don't know her, but Quad says she's her good girlfriend, and she hosted Quad's birthday party. Is that the one where Quad was in her Caribbean gear or whatever? The carnival party? And Emily is like, well, how are things with you? And Quad is like, bad. Ooh, excuse me. Quad is like, bad, and it's just getting so bad, and blah, 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 blah. It's bad. Then we see Doc G in the basement, and with in the boom boom room, and he's like, she feels like, talking about Quad, she feels like I'm not emotionally supportive. And they like, well, did she tell you what he mean? And he's like, no, she's vague. And the men are like, well, that's how, the other two men are like, well, basically that's how women are, and you want to blow up and get upset, which is exactly what Doc G had done, but you got to approach it from another way. And Cecil is like counseling Dr. G, and in the interview Dr. G is like, when I yell, it's it's a last resort. And Cecil is like, this is my 21st year of marriage, and this year we having some hard times. It's been hard, it's been ups and downs. We're dealing with some major stuff ourselves, and there are no easy answers, but if you both want it to work, you will go to the next level. Which I think that's true. more or less, but you definitely can't go to the next people if both people don't want to work with it. And then we see Quad, I guess, still talking to Emily, and she's like, I do want to make my marriage work, but I need fun, and I need you to come with me to this party. And I'm like, why does she need Emily to come with her to the party? Are they trying to introduce a new character? Because they used to have a white character on there before, and she's not on there anymore. So I guess, you know, they cast him for a white woman for Atlanta. Married to Medicine. Then we see Doc Jackie answering the door to Doc Simone, who has her car running, because she on call. She got her car running and facing ready to dash out the driveway. And she's showing Doc Simone her, Dr. Jackie is showing Doc Simone that her lookbook has come in, the 50 Shades of Breastises or whatever it's called, and it's ready, and she's excited. And she's telling Doc Simone that Curtis came by and they talked about how, you know, he talked about how he had destroyed his family. And she said that she was shocked that he felt that he was in pain too. He was like, you know, we're both in pain. And Simone was saying, well, he probably is in pain because nobody feels bad for him. Nobody's checking on him like, how you doing, man? Because he the one who cheated. And I'm like, he also feels kind of like in pain probably because he the one who caused it, you know. And by you being the one, hold on a second, by you being the one who caused it, you done messed some stuff up, and you feel bad about it, and you feeling hurting, but ain't nobody checking for you, and don't nobody feel bad for your behind. So he said, you know, so Dr. Jackie is telling Dr. Simone that their, you know, conversation ended with them talking about talking again. And then Dr. Simone is like, you know, well, we should have a dinner with the four of us, you know, together, you know. And Dr. Jackie is like, bye. And then we have Dr. Contessa. She's getting set up for her party. She has lowriders. You know, I guess they done rented lowriders to there. And she's hired dancers, and they in their 90s gear, and they dancing, or, you know, I don't know. We see them dancing later. I don't know if they dancing there. And then Nanny Renee, I thought it was just going to be like some precursor to the party. But before I know it, Nanny Renee was all swole up and upset. And I'm like, what? And then Nanny Renee threw something at Doc Contessa. And I was like, what? And then, I'm like, how long has she been working with them? Dr. Contessa's husband is like, you know, I never saw her mad at you. I've seen her laugh and joke and play around. And I don't really know what he said, but because I was like, what happened? Y'all know what happened? So basically, Nanny Renee leaves, and Doc Contessa is like, I guess I got to get a new nanny. And I'm kind of like, yeah, I guess so. I don't know what happened. What's going on? I don't understand. It was like she just seemed like it wasn't nothing you could say. She seemed like hypersensitive, and like, you know, she seemed like she was like on ready before the conversation even started. So I didn't understand. I'm like, I don't know, Dr. Contessa, I don't know. Is this the lady that you hired just for the show, for drama? Or is this like your real nanny who's been, what's going on? Yeah. Okay. So then we see the ladies and gentlemen arriving at the party. We see Heavenly and Dr. Daddy, and Toya arrives, and Dr. Simone is there, and we see I think Dr. Heavenly's look is great. She looked like, let's talk about sex, baby. Salt or pepper? Salt. She looked like salt, I guess. I was like, whoa, that was good. That was cute. And then there's some tension with Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Simone. Mariah arrives, and Dr. Contessa, you know, she keeps saying how this isn't a bougie party and we gonna turn up, and she got bottles of Alizé, which I'm not really familiar with, but they're not little cute, you know, drink size bottles. They like, you know, 20, 30, 40 ounce size bottles. Like, I drink water like that, like to the head, out of a bottle, but you know, they were like, okay. And you know, Quad arrives with her fanny pack, and Cecil is there, and Quad's friend Emily is there, and Quad and Mariah are cordial. Hi, how you doing? I'm fine. How you doing? Okay, that's all. And then Dr. Jackie arrives, and I love during the sequences everybody arrived, they had a bunch of throwback pictures, which I loved. I wish I wasn't taking notes and I could have just enjoyed looking at the pictures. I don't know why, but Dr. Daddy is like, you know, kind of talking about, I guess, as things turn up, or as they're gonna turn up, they joking about, well, it's water, you know, they only argue when there's water. So I guess it's kind of like, I don't know if this was like a preview of the fight that's gonna come, or if but that's all I have written down. And then Dr. Eugene arrives, and Toya checks him. She looking at his outfit. She like, you got some new stuff. And I know them shoes cost more than $150. I thought that, you know, we wasn't supposed to spend more than $150 a day. And I don't know if he said it, but I guess he like, you ain't supposed to spend more than $150 a day. But anyway, he was all happy about his shoes and talking about what makes them special or whatever. I wasn't paying attention to that. I don't care. And anyway, we Dr. Heavenly is acting real weird. And you know, she says she wants to talk to Dr. Simone. And Dr. Heavenly has Dr. Daddy go with her to talk to Simone. Simone has Cecil come with her, so it's like a four-way conversation. And Dr. Heavenly is like real tense and kind of aggressive and like weird. She's just weird to me. I don't really understand if that's like just for the TV or if that's her personality. I don't really understand. But she seemed like real tense, and you know, her husband explains what the issue is, and you know, Dr. Heavenly, then she kind of gets in tears, or you know, gets a little broken up over how Dr. Simone says she wasn't walking with Jesus, and you know, she says nobody is perfect, and then they hug and it's over. So yeah, I'm like, okay. And then we see Quad, and she's like, you know, where's the Dom Perignon? Looking at her drink selection, she not impressed. And Toya is like, you know, and then the hostess is like, well, I wanted it to be like a backyard barbecue. And Toya is like, backyard barbecue? Well, in my backyard, we do top shelf everything. And Contessa says in her interview or whatever, she like, I am not taking financial advice from her. And I was kind of like, yeah, I don't, you know, shoot. I don't drink, so I don't know. But I know that I'm like, I will not drink. I can only frame things in the context of sparkling water. I'm sorry. But like, I will not drink La Croix or whatever at Aldi. Like, if you look at the ingredients, I'm like, I don't understand. I just want water and sparkle. And it has to be a good quality water. But whatever. I'm like picky about what water I eat. So maybe when you are, what water I drink. So maybe when you're like into alcohol, you like feel the same way. Like, it's not just like, yeah, don't be bringing me no Kirkland's best alcohol from Costco. Bring me. Is the light reflecting on yours? It's just on my screen. That's where I'm leaning over looking all weird. Or I just look all weird anyway. But anyway, we see Contessa kind of telling somebody about, or some folks about what happened with Nanny Renee. And then Mariah is asking, you know, and as she's talking, you know, as Contessa is kind of moving around the party, she keeps saying bougie, bougie, bougie. And Mariah's starting to kind of get offended. And she like, you know, if she say bougie one more time, I feel like she's taking a shot at me. She felt a certain way. And then Doc Simone is like, you know, well, you Quad, you had an interesting message at your event. Dr. Simone says, you know, to Mariah, you had an interesting message at your event. And Mariah's like, I ain't had no message. And Dr. Simone like brings it to the group. Like, well, when when Quad made her awards and said this or that or da-da-da-da-da, and then Doc Heavenly is like, oh, it was a message. And then Doc Heavenly and Mariah are arguing. And then Doc Heavenly is like, so-and-so and so-and-so, your mama, oops. And then Mariah is up and yelling, and the people are holding her back. They're holding her back, y'all. Holding her back. I didn't follow what happened with the argument. So that's all I got. I'm Angela. The channel is Be Fabulous You. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, sharing. And we're working on 200 subscribers, so go ahead and subscribe. Thank you for all of you people who are brand new subscribers. All of you people who are, you know, old, ongoing subscribers. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. One subscriber at a time. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And today is the best day ever. And you're the number one. You're the number one stunner, that is. So be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you.